Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I have a really quick video for you. I'm going to be showing you how I clean a Game Boy Advance power switch, so that way when you have power problems on your Game Boy Advances, you know how to fix them. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, so we start as we always do by removing the 6 tri-wing screws that are in the back of the Game Boy. Now with the Game Boy Advance there is also a Phillips head screw inside the battery area. As you can see, I'm taking it out now. And once you have all those screws out, the back should just come off just like that, nice and simple. Now is also a good time to take out the L and R buttons and the 2 little side pieces that are inside the Game Boy Advance. And after we take those out, we just need to remove 3 more Phillips head screws that hold the motherboard to the frame of the Game Boy. Once those screws are out, you can then take the whole motherboard out. You just need to unclip the ribbon cable from the screen and the whole thing should just come out nice and easy. Here I'm just giving the power switch a quick clean before we start desoldering things, just with some isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip. So to start removing the shielding off the power switch, I like to just add a little bit of solder to each side of the power switch. The reason I do this is just because it makes it a bit easier to get the solder to melt when I go to actually remove the shielding. After that, what I like to do is get a really small flathead screwdriver and just kind of pry it in underneath the metal shielding of the power switch until it pushes right through. This just helps give me a bit of leverage when I'm soldering each side. And then once I get one side up, I then use a set of tweezers to just hold the metal shielding up, and then I pull as I apply a bit of heat with the soldering iron to the other side of the solder. And that should get the metal shielding off the power switch, and it will come away free. Once you take the shielding off, you can then take the actual power switch out. Now you can see how dirty and grimy it gets inside the switch, and this is exactly why we need to clean it, because it just gets a buildup of residue and gross sticky stuff, and it just covers the contacts. So basically all we need to do is just clean the contact with some isopropyl alcohol. I also like to use a Q-tip, and sometimes I'll take a bit of the Q-tip off and I'll actually scrape it with a screwdriver. This just helps me to get into all the corners of the power switch. Once you finish cleaning the power switch on the motherboard, you then need to turn your attention to the little plastic bit that goes inside it. It has 4 little metal prongs that stick out that actually make the contacts and bridge the contacts in the switch. You need to hold it down with a little flathead screwdriver and then clean the contacts as best as you can. I like to use a toothbrush and a bit of isopropyl alcohol. Just be really careful not to lose a little metal piece, because it does fall out if you're not careful, but you can put it back in, so don't worry too much. So once you've finished cleaning your contacts and you are happy with it, you then need to put the little plastic piece back in the switch and then solder back on the metal shielding. The best way to do this, I find, is to hold one side down with my tweezers, apply a bit of solder to that side, and then move to the other side, hold it down and apply a bit more solder. And then after that I like to clean it up again with my soldering iron, just holding it down so that everything is nice and tight. So once the metal shielding is back in place, you are pretty much done with the power switch. Then you can just clean up the board a little bit more, just with some isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip, just to make it all nice and fresh. And then that is pretty much it. We'll start putting the console back together. Okay, so we are all done cleaning the power switch. Now let's see if it turns on. Yay! Now it should turn on every time without fail, which is what we want. So that is how you clean a Game Boy Advance power switch. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. That is the video for today. It was just a quick one, but I hope you guys found it useful and informational, and hopefully it can help you guys fix some Game Boy Advances in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to keep seeing more of my content. Have a great one guys. See ya.